The Eastern Front of World War II was a theatre of unparalleled brutality and scale. By 1943, the vast plains of Eastern Europe had become a battleground where the fate of nations hung in the balance. Following the catastrophic German defeat at Stalingrad, the Red Army had seized the initiative, pushing westward to liberate Soviet territory. German forces, battered and depleted, clung to a salient around the city of Kursk. This bulge represented both an opportunity and a vulnerability for both sides. For the Germans, the Kursk salient offered a chance to regain the initiative. As the spring thaw approached, both sides prepared for what would become one of the most colossal battles in human history. The Battle of Kursk. The German plan for the Battle of Kursk, codenamed Operation Citadel, was ambitious and risky. It was a bold move that aimed to turn the tide of the war in favor of the Axis powers. It hinged on a two-pronged assault designed to cut off the Kursk salient at its base, effectively encircling and destroying Soviet forces in the region. Field Marshal Erich von Manstein envisioned a lightning-fast offensive that would catch the Red Army off guard, leveraging the element of surprise to achieve a decisive victory. The Northern Pincer, commanded by Field Marshal Gunther von Kluge, would strike from the Orel area towards Kursk, aiming to meet the southern forces in a pincer movement. Meanwhile, the southern pincer, led by Manstein, would advance from the Belgorod region towards Prokhorovka, intending to crush Soviet defenses and link up with Kluge's forces. However, Operation Citadel faced several critical challenges that would test the German military's resolve and capabilities. Soviet intelligence, aided by British codebreakers, had learned of the German plans weeks in advance, giving them a significant strategic advantage. This gave the Red Army ample time to prepare elaborate defenses and mass their forces, creating a formidable barrier against the German advance. Despite these challenges, the German war machine, though weakened by years of conflict, was still a formidable force, capable of delivering powerful blows to its enemies. The outcome of this gamble would shape the future course of the war. Aware of the impending German offensive, the Soviet High Command embarked on a massive defensive effort. The Red Army transformed the Kursk salient into a layered defense in depth. They constructed 3 defensive belts, each consisting of multiple trench lines, anti-tank ditches, minefields, and interlocking fields of fire. To counter the threat posed by German armor, the Soviets deployed thousands of anti-tank guns. They also positioned their tank formations equipped with the versatile T-34 tank. To launch counterattacks, the Soviet command adopted a more flexible and adaptable approach to warfare. They were prepared to trade space for time, absorbing the German attacks and then launching counteroffensives. The fate of the Soviet Union rested on the outcome of the impending battle. The Battle of Kursk commenced on July 5, 1943, with a thunderous artillery bombardment. The Germans struck first, their panzer divisions spearheading the assault on both the northern and southern flanks. In the north, Kluge's forces made some initial progress, but their advance was slowed by the stubborn Soviet defenses. By July 10th, the German offensive in the north had stalled. The southern sector witnessed even fiercer fighting. Manstein's forces, spearheaded by the 2nd SS Panzer Corps, made better progress but soon encountered fierce resistance. The clash between these two armored giants reached its peak on July 12th near Prokhorovka. The Battle of Prokhorovka, while tactically inconclusive, marked a turning point in the battle. The Battle of Kursk witnessed the debut of several new weapons and technologies, marking a significant shift in the dynamics of warfare. The Germans deployed their newest tanks, the Panther and Tiger, in significant numbers for the first time, hoping to turn the tide of the war in their favor. The Tiger I, with its formidable 88 mm gun and thick armor, was virtually impervious to most Soviet anti-tank weapons, making it a fearsome adversary on the battlefield. The Panther, while not as heavily armored as the Tiger, boasted a high-velocity 75 mm gun and superior mobility, allowing it to outmaneuver many of its opponents. The Soviets also fielded new weapons, such as the T-34-85 tank and the Su-152 self-propelled gun, which were crucial in countering the German advances. In the air, the Luftwaffe faced a resurgent Soviet air force, equipped with newer, more advanced aircraft, challenging German air superiority. The Battle of Kursk demonstrated the growing importance of technology in warfare, highlighting how innovation could influence the outcome of battles. Tanks, aircraft and artillery played increasingly decisive roles, but they alone could not guarantee victory, as strategy and human determination remained key factors. The Battle of Kursk was a clash of unimaginable ferocity, leaving an indelible mark on the landscape and the souls of those who fought there. The human cost of the battle was staggering. Soviet casualties are estimated to have been between 800,000 to 1 million men killed, wounded, or missing. German losses are estimated to be around 200,000. The fighting around Prokhorovka alone resulted in thousands of casualties on both sides. The battle took a heavy toll on civilians as well. Villages were destroyed, fields were laid waste, and countless innocent lives were lost in the crossfire. The Battle of Kursk stands as a stark reminder of the human cost of conflict. By mid-July 1943, the German offensive at Kursk had ground to a halt. On July 13th, Hitler ordered the cancellation of Operation Citadel, marking a strategic defeat for Germany. The Red Army, having weathered the German onslaught, launched a series of counter-offensives. The Soviets liberated Orel and Belgorod on August 5th, marking the beginning of a relentless advance. The Battle of Kursk shattered the myth of German invincibility. It demonstrated that the Red Army had become a formidable fighting force. For Germany, Kursk marked the beginning of the end. The road to Berlin was now open, and the Red Army was determined to march all the way. The strategic implications of the Battle of Kursk were profound and far-reaching. It marked a decisive shift in the balance of power on the Eastern Front. The battle shattered the German army's offensive capabilities in the east. The Wehrmacht was reduced to a defensive posture, constantly reacting to Soviet initiatives. The battle boosted Soviet morale and confidence to unprecedented levels. Kursk significantly diminished Germany's international standing. The Battle of Kursk was a watershed moment in World War II. It marked the end of German strategic initiative on the Eastern Front and the beginning of the Red Army's advance towards Berlin. The Battle of Kursk continues to resonate deeply in Russia and other former Soviet republics. It is remembered as a testament to the courage and sacrifice of the Soviet people. In Russia, the battle is commemorated annually on August 23rd, the anniversary of the liberation of Kharkiv. Numerous monuments, memorials, and museums dedicated to the battle can be found throughout the Kursk region. The Battle of Kursk also continues to fascinate military historians and enthusiasts worldwide. It serves as a powerful reminder of the horrors of war and the importance of diplomacy and peaceful conflict resolution. The echoes of Kursk serve as a call for remembrance, reflection, and a renewed commitment to building a more peaceful world. The Battle of Kursk, often referred to as the greatest tank battle in history, stands as a pivotal moment in the annals of warfare, not just for its scale, but for its strategic importance. Its significance transcends the immediate military outcome, influencing the broader strategies of both the Axis and Allied powers. Resonating with profound implications for the course of World War II, altering the momentum of the conflict. Kursk marked a decisive turning point in the war on the Eastern Front, where the tides began to turn against the German forces. It shattered the myth of German invincibility, a belief that had been held since the early days of the war, exposing the limitations of their resources and military might, which were previously thought to be insurmountable. The Red Army's victory at Kursk signaled the beginning of their advance westward, a movement that would eventually lead them to Berlin. The battle had profound geopolitical consequences, reshaping the alliances and strategies of the involved nations, shifting the balance of power in Europe and setting the stage for the eventual defeat of Nazi Germany. Kursk serves as a stark reminder of the horrors of war, with its massive casualties and widespread destruction, and the enduring human cost of conflict, which affected countless lives and families. The Battle of Kursk stands as a testament to the courage, resilience, and strategic brilliance of the Soviet military. and the immense sacrifice of the Soviet people, whose efforts were crucial in turning the tide of the war. 75 years after the guns fell silent at Kursk, the echoes of that titanic struggle continue to resonate. The Battle of Kursk holds enduring relevance in the 21st century. Kursk reminds us that the costs of war extend far beyond the battlefield. The battle's legacy serves as a sobering reminder of the enduring impact of conflict. Kursk highlights the crucial role of technological innovation in shaping the nature of warfare. The battle showcased acts of extraordinary courage, resilience, and self-sacrifice on both sides. As we commemorate the 75th anniversary of the Battle of Kursk, let us remember the sacrifices of those who fought and died. The lessons of Kursk can guide us towards a more peaceful and hopeful future.